You do not test a character with compliments. You test it with silence. You do not see truth in her smile. You see it in her absence. Most men will live their entire lives and never learn this lesson. They will mistake affection for loyalty. They will confuse presence with fidelity. They build a fortress on a foundation of sand, only to watch it get washed away by a tide they never saw coming. They are blind because they are looking in the wrong places. If you want to know who she truly is, you must stop listening to her words when she is with you. You must begin to observe her actions when she believes she is alone. This is the first and most crucial test, how she handles freedom when she believes no one is watching. A woman's truest self is not revealed in the spotlight. That is a performance. The truth is exposed in the quiet corners of her life, where the masks drop and her real choices surface. Some women wear discipline like a borrowed dress, only when they know they will be seen in it. But when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, that is when integrity, or the absence of it, quietly speaks. If she uses that freedom to blur lines, to entertain attention that does not belong to her, that is not liberation, that is betrayal, disguised as independence. Freedom does not change a woman, it reveals her. It does not corrupt what is already whole. It simply magnifies the fractures that were already there. A woman of character does not need supervision to be faithful. Her loyalty is not a cage. It is a code. You have learned to observe her character in the shadows, to see the truth revealed in the quiet corners of her freedom. But there is a final test, a test not of freedom, but of dependency. And it is here that the entire truth of her soul is laid bare. There is a subtle moment in every connection that reveals everything. The moment she no longer needs you, not financially, not emotionally, not socially. The moment the excitement fades, and she realizes her life does not orbit around you. That is when the test begins, silently. Some women only know how to be kind when they are attached by a cord of need. Their softness is tied to a benefit, their affection is fueled by gain. But the true measure of her character is found in how she treats you when you offer her nothing but your presence. If her tone hardens, if her patience thins, if her words become dismissive the moment she stands on her own, then it was not love. It was leverage. You were a convenience whose usefulness has expired. Yet, there are women, rare and rooted, whose respect is not circumstantial, it is consistent. They may not need you, but they still see you, they still honor you. You will see the truth of her spirit, not in her most affectionate moments, but in the moments after detachment, when nothing binds her to you, when she is free to forget you. That is when you will know what kind of woman she truly is, and whether you were valued as a human being, or simply held as a placeholder. You have learned to see the subconscious confession, the subtle leaks of a story she isn't telling. Now, you must learn to observe how that new reality changes the world between you and her. When a woman has been intimate with someone new, her emotional landscape is fundamentally altered. Her nervous system recalibrates, and that change always bleeds into her interactions with you. Sometimes, the shift is cold, her texts become slower. Her usual playfulness disappears, her replies are short, not with anger, but with a profound sense of detachment. It feels like she is somewhere else, because she is. Her emotional focus has been captured by another world, and you are now on the outside of it. Other times, the shift is deceptively warm. She becomes overly nice, strangely available. An overcompensation, born from a quiet, subconscious guilt. She is trying too hard to maintain the illusion that nothing has changed. But the very act of trying is the signal that everything has. A Stoic is a master of observing patterns. He is not swayed by a single mood, but he recognizes a deviation from the baseline. A sudden coldness, an unearned warmth. These are not random. They are not just a mood. They are the psychological residue of intimacy. A woman does not need to confess with her words. Her behavior tells the entire story. You just have to stop listening to what she says and start watching how she changes. You have learned to see the shift in her energy, the subtle changes in how she interacts with you. But the evidence does not stop there. You must now learn to see the echoes, the imprints left upon her very identity. This is a sign that slips past most men. When a woman has been intimate with someone new, she does not just return with a different mood. She returns with tiny, almost invisible pieces of their world attached to her. Intimacy creates familiarity, and familiarity always finds a way to reveal itself. Listen to her words. Does she casually mention a place she has never been with you? Does she quote a line from a movie you have never seen together? Does she use a new slang word, a new turn of phrase that does not belong to her? Observe her habits. A sudden interest in a genre of music she once hated. A different way of making her coffee. A subtle change in her daily routine. These are not random updates to her personality. They are footprints, traces of someone else's influence, someone else's world. She often does not even realize she is doing it. When women connect deeply, they unconsciously mirror the person they have been with. It is a biological imperative, a form of bonding. She is absorbing pieces of the experience, and they are leaking out in her behavior. A Stoic is an observer of reality. And the reality is this: intimacy always leaves a trace, not just on the body, but on the very fabric of a person. You have learned to see the echoes of another world in her habits and her words, but there is one final, undeniable tell. A modern black box that records the truth of a person's life, her phone. If you truly want to see a shift, do not watch her words. Watch her phone behavior. A woman with nothing to hide treats her phone with ease. It is left on the table. It is part of the shared space. There is no fear. But when a woman has been intimate with someone new, her relationship with that device changes. Suddenly, it is guarded like a fortress, always face down, always in her pocket, always within arm's reach. It follows her from room to room, a silent companion she cannot leave unattended. This sudden, fierce protectiveness is not about a newfound need for privacy. It is a physical manifestation of a psychological wall she has built. This is the final lesson. These signs: the subconscious guilt, the shifting interactions, the changes in appearance, the echoes of another world, and the guarding of the phone are not about becoming a detective. They are about learning to trust your own perception. A Stoic seeks to see the world as it is, not as he wishes it to be. These patterns are not your imagination. They are data. They are the truth, leaking through the cracks of a carefully constructed performance. Do not ignore them. See them, understand them, and have the strength to act on the reality they reveal. Your peace depends on it.